hot, it's cloudy, but it's not going to diminish our vibe. Welcome to postseason baseball on the Corn Belt League Network for this quarterfinal matchup between the Red Raiders and the Haymakers. Alongside Colton, Alder, I'm Alex Tietjen. We hope you're having a wonderful day despite all the heat here in Omaha, Nebraska, and storms, as a matter of fact, this past hour. Well, Colton, 3 teams are off to the semifinals. One more is gonna make their way there tonight, while one team here will be going home between the matchup between Patrick Zeller and Logan Anderson.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting ball game between two very evenly matched teams. No team in the middle of this Corn Belt League has really established themselves from one another. And the winner of this game faces the Bombers on Saturday at 4 p.m.
Indeed. As we take a look at the postseason brackets, the Royal Blue Dogs, the Filth Ballers, and the Bombers are making their way to the semifinals. They will be played tomorrow, and you can catch the game here on the Corn Belt League Network. As one more team between the Red Raiders and Haymakers will make their way, as one will end their season.
Yeah, it's been a very exciting tournament so far. An upset in the very first game between the Bombers and Crop Dusters. The Bombers winning that game 3-0. The Royal Blue Dogs had to make a comeback in the second game, and finally a very high-scoring matchup between the Filth Ballers and Rail Riders, but the Filth Ballers ended up coming out on top. Hoping for another good baseball game here today.
Yep, as we take a look at the stats for some of the guys, first for the Haymakers, you got David Swanson. Batting average, he's first on the team, and on base percentage, second on the team. Slugging percentage is also first. You look at those numbers, 383, 500 on base percentage, 596. He's been laser sharp, if you ask me, for this team.
Yeah, David Swanson having a great year with the bat. He's getting the start in center field today, number 3 hitter in the lineup. He's looking to provide a big impact here for this Haymakers team.
Yep, indeed. As we take a look at the Red Raiders side, the home team, the 3 seed, you got over to Jackson Steele, who's has almost the same percentage as the other guys. We got runs batted RBIs. You got first at 16 on the team, slugging percentage 500, batting average, second on the team at 323. He's also been a pivotal point, and if they want to win this game, he's got to get going.
Yeah, Jackson Steele been a great hitter for this Red Raiders team from the left-handed side of the plate. He's looking to provide some impact here today for this Red Raiders offense. Maybe get them some runs here against this Haymakers pitching staff.
Yep, indeed. As we will go to a break, we'll head to the national anthem, and coming up will be the first pitch between the Haymakers and Red Raiders. Welcome back to J.J. Isaacson Field at Seymour Smith Park. First pitch is just a couple minutes away between the Haymakers and the Red Raiders. The winner goes on to the semifinals to take on the Bombers. The loser, their season will come to a close. The starting pitcher for the Red Raiders is Patrick Zeller in his sixth game. He will be starting in his sixth game, coming up on about a 3.5 ERA and a 2.46 average. He's been laser sharp, hoping to send the Red Raiders off to the next round.
Yeah, the Concordia University lefty has been very good this year for this Red Raiders team. 38 strikeouts, just 14 walks. He has thrown 6 wild pitches, so the control has been a little bit shaky at times, but he'll be looking to perform big here today.
Indeed, he will. Guys behind him have great defense, but starting off for the Haymakers will be number 3 Isaac Sherrill, who's been pretty decent to say the least.
Sherrill, a 211 hitter on the year, 8 RBIs, 4 stolen bases. He's got 2 doubles and 2 triples, 2 for 8 versus this Red Raiders team. He'll look to start off some offense for the Haymakers.
Both these teams have met 4 times in the regular season. They split 2-2. This one, the stakes are even higher as Sherrill steps into the box. And a little delay because we have 1 ball out in the outfield. That is discarded. First pitch from Zeller is a high fly ball into left. Under it is Spees, and he makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 down.
Yeah, great start to this ball game for Patrick Zeller. Sherrill was trying to be aggressive on the first pitch there, but he just hits it lazily to left, and a rather easy play for the left fielder in Spees. And he gets this first out of the game on just 1 pitch.
And there you go with the stats again on Patrick Zeller. 2 innings pitched, 4.5 ERA. Second pitch of the game to Ben Kirkland is down and under. It's ball 1.
Good start to this at bat for Kirkland, taking that first pitch. Have to work that pitch count up a little bit against Patrick Zeller here after getting that first pitch out.
This swing is chopped foul backwards. It's now 1-1. Zeller kicks and fires. Down the middle, that's a strike. It's 1-2.
Good start to this game for Patrick Zeller. 3 of his first 4 pitches have gone for strikes. Starting off the game really well for this Red Raiders ball club.
That one just out of the way from Ben Kirkland. The second baseman out of Midland University. Trying to get things going. 2-2 pitch is swung on and hit foul. You'll see another.
Ben Kirkland, a 326 hitter on the year, 448 on base percentage. He's got 9 stolen bases and 8 RBIs versus this Red Raiders team. He's gone 1 for 6 at the plate. Looking to make that 2 for 7 here to open off his playoffs.
Zeller delivers. And they said he hit him, I think. That'll send him to first. 1 on and 1 out. That brings up David Swanson, the center fielder.
Yeah, we talked about David Swanson in pregame. He's been the best hitter for this Haymakers team this season. 383 batting average. Looking to increase that here.
He's been laser sharp. We talked about him in pregame. The 0-1. Up high in the corner, that's ball 1. This is Swanson's 48th at bat on the year. And that is another one that hits the batter. That hit him right by the ankle. And now 2 runners are aboard.
Yeah, we mentioned Patrick Zeller's control has been a little bit shaky this season, and we've seen that early on here today. Back-to-back hit batters with 1 out here in the first inning, and now there are 2 on and 1 out here for Drew Miller, who plays third base for the Haymakers Ball Club.
He also goes to Southwest Community College. He'll work against Zeller with 2 on, as this one is high into center. Under it is Calhoun. No tagging from each of the runners, and there's 2 away.
Some very aggressive hitting early on for this Haymakers Ball Club. A lot of swinging at the first pitch. You see that again here as he hits it to center field, and very quick first pitch out for Patrick Zeller. A big reason why, despite putting 2 on with 2 out, he's only gotten 10 pitches so far.
Now it's Hayden Crawford stepping in for the Haymakers. Designated hitter out of Midland University.
Crawford, 243 average, 364 on base percentage. He has driven in 9 runs, 3 of them coming versus this Red Raiders Ball Club.
Here's the 0-1. This one's high pop-up. Under it is Weiss, and he'll make the catch on the right side in near fair territory. And that is out number 3. We flip the scorebook. It's still 0-0 between the Haymakers and Red Raiders. We'll be back. Back to J.J. Isaacson Field, still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Leading off is Blair Spees for the Red Raiders. And as we said earlier on the mound, Logan Anderson. Getting things ready by giving his hand a nice rub on the dirt. He has 34 innings pitched. And he'll be on the bump for his 7th start in the year.
Anderson versus this Red Raiders team, 6 1/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. Looking to continue his success versus this lineup.
First pitch was up high and away, ball 1. This next pitch is hit in the alley in left center and down for a base hit. And Clay can't really bobbled as Spees with his speed is going to second and almost thought about going for 3, but on the second pitch, Spees gets himself a double.
Great base running there from Blair Spees. Gets himself a hustle double to open off this ball game. He's seen this Red Raiders pitching staff he's seen this Haymakers pitching staff really well, so far this season. 3 for 8 this year versus his Haymakers staff. Continues that by getting his 4th hit of the year versus them.
Picks up his 22nd hit overall. Now here's Chris Calhoun stepping in for the Red Raiders. Shows bunt and delivers, but it's fouled away.
Chris Calhoun, 21 stolen bases this year. He's very fast from this 2-hole spot in the lineup. Could potentially reach on an infield single. Maybe hoping for a defensive miscue from this Haymakers defense so that he can get on first base.
Still on 1. Here's the 0-1. Way up ahead, and Spees, it will dig for third, and he'll get there easily on a stolen base, somewhat wild pitch rather. And go ahead, runs 90 feet away.
A little bit of a miscommunication there between pitcher and catcher. That one might have slipped from Anderson's arm, but ultimately a wild pitch puts the runner on third, and now a great opportunity for this Red Raiders team to get a run here in this first inning.
That pitch was kind of up over the head of Chris Calhoun, which is not ideal. That one down and away. That's a ball. Make it 2-1. 32, go 2. Chris Calhoun looking for his 12th hit on the year. He has 11 so far. This one's high into shallow left. Going for it is Clay. He makes the catch. Not going home is Blair Spees. He'll stay put, and there's one away.
Yeah, good decision there by Blair Spees not to test it. He's got great speed coming from third base, but the left fielder, Mitchell Clay, very shallow there. As a result, he probably would have gotten thrown out of the plate. Smart move not to send him there.
Stepping in now is Braden Jackson, the Red Raiders' second baseman. He goes to Oklahoma Wesleyan University as first pitch is swinging, and he doesn't find it. That's a strike.
Braden Jackson has seen this Haymakers pitching staff very well. 6 for 13 on the year versus him. He's gotten 12 stolen bases as well, so another very fast hitter for this Red Raiders team that broke the stolen base record here in this Corn Belt League.
Second pitch is in away. Make it 1-1. Braden Jackson looking to bring Spees home and get the Red Raiders up early. That one in there for strike 2.
Notice that Haymakers are playing in, trying to prevent Spees from scoring on a ground out. Probably good alignment for them to try and get him out of play at the plate.
The 1-2. Down and over, make it 2-2. Braden Jackson, 18 hits on the year as this one is down low. We have a full count here.
This situation, the count is in Jackson's favor. Anderson has to put the ball in the strike zone, regardless of if it's a fly out or a ground out. He just needs Jackson to make contact.
That one outside, and that's a base on balls for Braden Jackson.
Good piece of hitting there from Jackson. He does a good job taking those pitches. And now we're going to have a little bit of a chat between Anderson and Golden on the mound.
Okay, ready two, go 2. Love that. Love that. Good work. Good rule of thirds there.
Let's see there. Not the best start for Logan Anderson, but him and his catcher might have something to chat about and get things situated. Stepping in now for the Red Raiders is Dylan Brisboy, the catcher.
Brisboy, 258 hitter on the year. He's clubbed 2 home runs, driven in 10 runs. He's walked 20 times. Shown to be very patient this season.
This one's a little floater over the head of Sherrill, and that's going to bring in Spees. 1-0 Red Raiders off the bat of Dylan Brisboy.
Great piece of hitting there from Brisboy. He just chops it over the shortstop's head. Good job going to the opposite field there, and he brings home the opening run of this ball game. Good start momentum-wise for this Red Raiders ball club.
Perfectly placed balls. It just goes over the glove of Sherrill into the outfield, and just jogging to home plate goes Blair Spees. Now stepping in, Austin Sheaver, the designated hitter. That one up high for ball 1.
Sheaver, a .318 hitter this year. He's driven in 3 runs, stolen 3 bases. 2 for 5 at the plate with 2 runs batted in versus the Haymakers. Potentially looking to make it 3 runs batted in here at the plate with 2 on and just 1 out.
Chopper up and over, spin move to second, and that's all they'll get. Just getting the out at second. That's a fielder's choice.
It's a good play there from Ben Kirkland. He had to spin around and get that one, but he ends up feeding it to the shortstop, Isaac Sherrill, in time. It gets Logan Anderson a big second out. You don't have to worry about a sac fly here with the runner on third. All you have to do is just get this out by any means possible.
That was a nice play, just finding the slow chopper and give it a little spin and over to second, but that will be the only out they'll get on that play, as now we have Nick Chanez up to the dish. He's the third baseman.
Hitting .257 on the year. He's stolen 7 bases, 4 doubles for him this season.
No throw over to second, and that's a stolen base. Now 2 runners in scoring position.
Some good base running there for Austin Sheaver. This Red Raiders team broke the Corn Belt League stolen base record with 105 during the regular season, and they get their first one of the playoffs here with some good base running.
That one just up high. And that ball gets away, but no runners will advance. Logan Anderson kind of lost the ball from the catcher-pitcher exchange, but it won't matter.
Surprised to me that doesn't happen more often, honestly, but good job by Anderson corralling it to make sure the runners don't advance.
This one is fouled off.
Take to the front gate for your choice of bubblegum or freezy pop.
1-2 coming from Logan Anderson. Another one fouled off, almost in the same direction.
Good at bat there from Nick Chanez. Already 5 pitches here from the Haymakers righty Logan Anderson. Will be 6 here as Chanez doing a good job working the count.
He's battling this ball, gets away, and easily scoring is Jackson. 2-0 Red Raiders as another wild pitch between Logan Anderson and Ryan and Golden.
Yeah, a little bit of a missed pitch there from Anderson again. That's the second wild pitch he has thrown today, and it ends up being even more costly than the first one as it brings the runner home from third, and it brings another runner on third here with Chanez still at the plate.
Two pitch. Chopper left side. And that one gets through Miller. And not an ideal play by Drew Miller, as easily going to first is Nick Chanez. Great battle, and it ends up for Chanez. It ends him up at first base.
That'll be ruled an E5 on Drew Miller, and an unearned run being added towards Anderson's tally. A great start to this ball game for the Red Raiders. That's just another way that their speed impacts this ball game.
First pitch a strike for Connor Weiss, the first baseman. That one is a little roller, and it will be called fair as Reeser just grabs it and puts the tag on Weiss. Damage done by the Red Raiders. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error as we head to the second inning. This is the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome back. It's a pretty hot day as you see some of the fans and players getting drinks of water, fanning themselves, obviously. It's probably one of the hottest days of the year, if you ask me, Colton.
Yeah, I had to do some camera work here today, and it was very warm outside. Had to drench myself in water a few times to cool down, but cooled down a little bit from where it was earlier, and it's getting a lot nicer here at J.J. Askins Field.
I had to work at a garage sale today, and let me tell you, it was scorching, if you ask me. As here is Ryan Golden stepping into the dish. First pitch from Patrick Zeller is down low for a ball. Here's the next pitch. High fly ball. Under it is Jackson, and he puts the squeeze on it, and there's one away.
The Haymakers have been very aggressive at the plate so far. A pair of first pitch outs in that top of the first inning, and now on the second pitch of the inning, Ryan Golden just pops it up to the second baseman, and that is an easy out number 1 for this Red Raiders ball club.
Mitchell Clay up to hit. Swings and fouls it off. The left fielder out of Midland University, just a 40-minute drive from here.
We've seen Clay hit in the leadoff spot quite a few times this year. He's very fast. 8 stolen bases for him on the season.
This ball ricochets around on the ground. It's ball 1. There's 1-1. Swung on right side. Jackson over to first. Easy 4-3. And there's 2 away.
Great start to this ball game for Patrick Zeller. A big key to his success. Out of his first 7 batters faced, he's thrown a first pitch strike to 5 of them, getting ahead early in the count. Good for Zeller so far here today. He's looking to continue that success the rest of the way and lead the Red Raiders to a victory.
Now it's Dane Small, the right fielder. Stepping in for the Haymakers. That ball out and away. It's 1-1.
Small, a 172 hitter on the year. He has stolen 5 bases and driven in 5 runs. However, versus this Red Raiders team, he has not gotten a hit in 7 at-bats.
Looking for his 11th hit overall on the season. Swung on, a huge swing and a miss. It's now 2-2.
Big swing there for Small. He was looking to really drive that one into the gaps, maybe get an extra base hit to start a 2-out rally.
Corked in the left side, and it gets through two guys, and that's a base hit. So a man to board now with two away.
Good piece of hitting from Dane Small. He hits the ball between the shortstop and the third baseman, just into that gap, hit it hard, and ends up getting on here for the extra hitter, Blake Peabody. Now a speedy runner on first for the Haymakers team.
That great hit went through Chanez and Beasley over on the shortstop and third base duties. On the left side of this ball is popped up. Jackson under it. And he makes the grab. One man left on base here for the Haymakers. It is still a 3-0 ball game. Red Raiders lead it here at J.J. Isaacson Field. We'll step aside. Welcome back. We're about to get things going in the bottom of the second. Our umpires for today's game, John Keenan and Wyatt Studi. They're in charge this one tonight and throughout the postseason as Ty Beasley steps in for the Red Raiders. The shortstop takes a check swing, and it's a no-go. It's a ball.
Ty Beasley, 19 stolen bases on the year. Great speed threat here playing shortstop for the Red Raiders, trying to get on to lead off this bottom of the second inning and put a stolen base threat on versus Anderson.
That one in there for a strike. Shortstop out of University of Minnesota, Morris. Playing well lately. That one out and away, make it 2-1.
Good start to this at bat from Beasley. He's taken some pitches here from Anderson, gets ahead in the count. Now the pressure's really on Anderson to prevent a leadoff base runner, especially one with Beasley's speed.
That one awkward looking, a little too close to comfort for Ty Beasley. It's now 3-1 as Anderson still has not recorded a strikeout yet.
Neither has Patrick Zeller, but Zeller's gotten a lot of early outs.
But Anderson has already let up 3 runs in this first inning. This one is skyrocketed in the left field. Mitchell Clay under it, and he makes the grab. And Beasley is retired.
Good job getting that first pitch out despite falling behind 3-1 in the count from Logan Anderson. Letting up a leadoff base runner, especially one with the stolen base prowess of Ty Beasley, would have been very costly for this Haymakers righty, but he ends up getting that big first out, and he's now in a much better position for the rest of this inning.
Now it's Jada Bechet, the extra hitter for the Red Raiders. He comes in at coming in with about a 189 to average. That pitch was fouled off as well. That's a sight to see. This hit ball is to the glove of Neeser for the out.
Now batting, the right fielder from Iowa Lakes Community College, number 16, J.J. Schubert.
Good start to this inning here for Logan Anderson. He gets the first 2 outs of the frame, and now J.J. Schubert, the 10-hole hitter, comes up to the plate with a chance to bring the runner or get on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Stepping into the plate, J.J. Schubert.
Ready two, go two. Are we still trying to
As
I don't mind. I would like to know where you want to go one.
our cameramen are really following Josh Austin, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's good to see Austin just
He just brings the vibe. He's bringing the vibe to the dugout, that's for sure, and I love it.
Leading 3-0. Who's pitching tomorrow?
Anderson delivers, and that one is fouled off. It remains 0-2.
good start to this inning from Logan Anderson, and now he's just 1 strike away from getting out of it. Here with the 10-hole hitter at the plate, you don't want to put him on with Blair Spees and Chris Calhoun due up next for this Red Raiders ball club.
That one just clipped his shoulder, I believe, and that's a hit by pitch on an 0-2 count.
Already 3 hit by pitches from these 2 pitchers. First one from Logan Anderson. It ends up putting Schubert on for the top half of this order now.
Now up is Blair Spees. Top of the order. As this one is
Ready 2-on-2.
fouled off, you'll see another.
Spees being aggressive early on in the count once again. He got a second pitch double that would have been a single for most guys, but he ended up hustling it out to make it a double, and
Yeah.
now swinging at the first pitch again. He takes that second one to make it 1-1.
That was on the second pitch of the entire game, a double.
Ready one, go one.
Good way to start things off for the Red Raiders, as that one
Ready two,
out and over, make it 2-1.
J.J. Schubert's got 3 stolen bases on the year here on first base. He could potentially be taking off here on a 2-1 count.
He has the speed. That one in the low corner, make it 3-1. Spees was able to get the home once. Wild pitch was at fault for that one, as that ball is fouled off, and it's a full count.
Lined it off the batting cage out in left field. Hit that ball very hard the other way. He could be looking to do that again, just like he did his first time up on that double.
Runner goes. Pitch ball is fouled up to the gate. He'll see another.
On 3-2.
Oh. Well, Rick Sylvain. He's let's just say he's getting his thirst quenched, as
must have been refreshing in this weather for him.
the 3-2 pitch is fouled off. J.J. Schubert was off and running again.
On 3-2 with 2 out, Schubert going to be taking off, so a ball in the gap probably brings home a run at least.
I'm telling you, these Red Raiders are having fun at the dugout. As the runner goes, this pitch may be playable, and no, it is not. It hits just out of play, and we'll see another.
Good at bat here from Blair Spees, really working the count against Logan Anderson. He's doing a good job so far and really making Anderson work to get this third and final out.
If any of them are going to Wichita, we definitely will. I think
Here's another 3-2 delivery from Logan Anderson. That one is ball 4. 2 guys are aboard here, as Chris Calhoun steps up to the plate.
Great at bat there from Spees. He really works the count, fouls off a lot of pitches with 2 strikes, and he ends up getting on base with a long walk versus Logan Anderson. And now Anderson's pitch count is up, and he's still not out of this bottom of the 2nd inning.
Chris Calhoun, the center fielder from Rio Hondo Community College. No one out and away. No green light from any other runners on first and second.
Currently at peak concurrence. No Osten, which kind of sucks.
1-0 go. Throw back to second is
Yeah, no Osten.
too late.
Oh, they said Noah Osten.
Schubert is safe.
Who's the other guy?
Good job getting back on Schubert's part, and
No, who's the one that?
Calhoun flew out to left field
Would you say is going for sure? What's
in the first inning. As another ball is down and away, make it 2-0.
good start to this at bat from Calhoun, not chasing on anything out of the zone early in the count, forcing Anderson to throw the ball in the strike zone to him. Now he could get a good pitch to hit here on 2-0. You don't want to walk the bases loaded.
3 balls and no strikes. Still with 2 outs. 2 men aboard. Bottom of the second, the delivery is inside for a pitch walk, and the bases are loaded.
Great at bat there from Calhoun. Wasn't chasing anything out of the zone. Does a good job just staying disciplined, staying focused, and he ends up getting on to load the bases here with 2 outs for Braden Jackson.
Dude, can we slowly pan over to that meme? I want to keep it on you. Yeah.
As another conversation
Alright, ready, 1, go 1.
happens
Now
between
batting, the second
Ryan Golden
baseman
and
from Oklahoma
Logan Anderson.
University, number 18, Braden
They're
Jackson.
in a little bit of a jam with bases loaded, though they do need 1 more out to end this inning. But they certainly can't afford more runs being brought in early in this game.
If you're Logan Anderson, you just need to put the ball in the strike zone, play to contact, and get out of this inning.
First pitch is down for a ball. This one is popped up, maybe playable. Left side, it's Drew Miller who puts the squeeze on it. And 3 men are left on base for the Red Raiders
For the
as
Raiders in the bottom
the
of the seventh inning,
Haymakers
no runs on no hits.
leave him with no runs and no hits and no errors as well.
After 2 innings of play,
We head to the 3rd inning with the score remaining 3-0, Red Raiders ahead.
in the top of the 3rd inning.
We welcome you back. Red Raiders remain comfortable with a 3-0 lead. We head to the 3rd inning. Caden Neeser steps in for the Haymakers. And first pitch is a strike for first baseman for the Haymakers.
Cade Reeser, a 185 batting average. He has hit a home run this season. He's pitched 6 innings on the mound as well. 3.50 ERA for him. It's been good for the Haymakers on both sides of the ball so far.
Swung on and missed. That's strike 2. Here's the 1-2. That one is swung on and missed. A drop, a little pitch, but that doesn't matter. They get the out the first, and that's out number 1.
Great start to this inning for Patrick Zeller. He gets the first strikeout for either pitcher so far today. Gets a good swing and a miss there from Cade Reeser. And now with the top half of the order coming up, he does a good job preventing the leadoff man from getting on. And it's a good start to this game for Patrick Zeller.
Isaac Sherrill, as he said, top of the order. He popped out to left field earlier in the first inning, and as you said, that strikeout to Cade Reeser is the first strikeout by either team today. As that pitch is out and away, it's 2-0.
Good start to this at bat for Isaac Sherrill. Does a good job just taking those first 2 pitches, and now he's in much better position the rest of this at bat.
That ball out and away. We'll see another with a 3-0 pitch.
Now here on 3-0, Zeller might be going fastball.
It is, but it's out and away, and that's a 4-pitch walk.
Great walk there for Isaac Sherrill. Does a good job just taking what he's given from the pitcher, and he ends up just getting on first base and starting a potential rally here with Ben Kirkland and David Swanson, 2 of the top hitters in the Haymakers lineup, due up right after him.
Ben Kirkland, the second baseman. He reached first on a hit by pitch in the first inning as that pitch is in there for strike 1.
Good pitch there from Zeller to get ahead in this count. First pitch strikes are going to be huge for him down the stretch of this game to keep his pitch count low and prevent the Red Raiders from going too deep into their bullpen.
Zeller kicks and fires. That one's down low, make it 2-1.
Couple good takes there for Ben Kirkland. He gets ahead in the count 2-1, and now he has an opportunity to potentially get on base.
That one is back and fouled off, make it 2-2. A score update. The Twins lead our Royals, Colton 2-1, bottom of the 4th. Our man Ethan McCormick's Cardinals lead 2-0 over the Cubs. And here's 2-2 pitch is grounded right side over to second. Throw to first is in time. Runner remains at second, but the 4-3 gets out number 2 of the inning.
Great play there by Braden Jackson to just take what he's given. Gets the out at first, didn't try to force a play at second. Does put a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, but having a runner in scoring position with 2 outs is a better situation than having 2 on with just 1 out. Good job there to just get the out at first.
Stepping in is now David Swanson, who's been laser sharp all season long. He also reached first on a hit by pitch. This one is high into shallow right, under it, and making the catch is J.J. Schubert. And that ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Red Raiders remain their 3-0 lead here at J.J. Isaacson Field. the J.J. Isaacson Field as
Emporia State University, number 10, Dylan Brisboy.
how about that? How about that transformation from behind home plate over to first base?
All right, and ready? Oh, shoot. We're going to crossfade back to the one.
Up at the dish now to open this bottom of the third inning is Dylan Brisboy, the catcher. Had a single his first time up, later came around to score.
It didn't work? What happened?
He's been doing great behind the plate and behind the dish batting. The 0-1 delivery is far inside.
Great start here from Brisboy, being willing to take some pitches, and he gets into a good spot here on a 1-1 count.
Too long. It's a 2-second crossfade. So when you ran your camera back down, it still was showing up on the crossfade.
Logan Anderson delivers the 1-1.
It went pretty smoothly. So
Is down and below, make it
later in the night when it's darker.
a 2-1.
Or we're going to try it again. Or during the championship. The championship game would be great. Ready to go two? No, it looked pretty safe. Taylor got me too patient. Ready, 1-1.
Here's the 2-1. That one chopper left, but it goes foul.
Good swing there from Brisboy. He ends up just chopping it down the left field line. Could work if he potentially hit a little dribbler or just snuck it over the head of the third baseman, but he ends up just grounding it foul. Good idea to try to go the other way, though, on his part. Be interesting to see if he tries to do it again.
That one just up high, and it's a full count.
Now in a full count, all the pressure on the pitcher, Logan Anderson. He has to throw the ball in the strike zone because Brisboy, who has walked 20 times this year, has shown a very patient eye at the plate.
I think we'd have to do one of each team, though. It's pretty fair.
This one is skied behind and foul.
Pitch number 7 awaiting here from Anderson to Dylan Brisboy.
Probably a bit better off with the Red Raiders. Or Haymakers, they're both pretty near each other. In fact, you might be
3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The pitch is ball 4, and off to first goes Brisboy. He's on base. He's on to base on a walk for the 21st time this year.
Great job by Brisboy, just taking some pitches. He works a 7-pitch walk to open off the inning. Puts Anderson's pitch count a lot higher, and now there's going to be some motion, it looks like, in the Haymakers bullpen.
ready to go two.
And
Can we
it,
get a number for Haymakers?
and it looks like Anderson's coming out of the game now.
That will be it.
Still on
And
13.
racing in is
Appears to be number 13, Wiley Brown, who is entering the game. He's only pitched 1 game this year, 3 innings pitched, 0 ERA.
You can reset too.
let's see how we can do. We'll be back after this. postseason action here for the Corn Belt League. It's been a awesome summer covering all these 8 teams. As 8 teams have been cut down to 5, it's about to be 4 at the end of this game tonight.
Yeah, taking the mound now for the Haymakers in relief for Logan Anderson will be Wiley Brown, number 13. He made his first appearance of the year not that long ago. Went 3 innings, no runs allowed. He walked 3 batters without a strikeout, but only gave up 1 hit. In exactly 100 opposing batting average with just 1 hit in 10 at-bats against him. Brown looking to continue his success with preventing hits here against this Red Raiders lineup. Dylan Brisboy already on first base after a leadoff walk versus Logan Anderson. Now he will have to face Austin Schieber, Nick Chanez, and Connor Weiss here the rest of the way in the 3rd inning.
Now batting the designated hitter from Bellevue University, number 29, Austin Schieber.
Austin Schieber steps in.
He grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up, later stole a base.
Yeah, I like that from you, Sam. Sam knows what he wants. Ready? Actually, we're keeping 1 here. He pitches pretty quickly. He's a base guy.
Here's the 1-0.
Ready, 2, go.
That
2.
one's up high. Schieber goes to Bellevue University.
Ready, 1, go 1. What? I hope so.
And throwback to first is not there. Wiley Brown gives it a look, but Dylan Brisboy gets back there quickly. No interesting play there. Here's the 2-0 delivery.
How many news we got?
That one roll inside.
Great take there from Schieber. He gets ahead 3-0 in the count. Now he could be expecting a fastball, but he's probably going to be taking all the way here on a 3-0 count.
That one low and away, and that's a 4-pitch walk. Not the ideal start for Wiley Brown. And now there's 2 guys aboard here at the top of the 3rd with nobody out.
Wiley Brown needs to settle down a little bit on the mound, start throwing some more strikes. Can't afford to issue 4-pitch walks in your very first batter, especially with a runner on first base. Now he's going to have to work around that with Chanez and Weiss and Beasley due up now for the Red Raiders.
That one is in there for a strike. First one thrown by Wiley Brown.
Ready, 2, go 2.
Haymakers seem to be expecting a bunt with the corners in Drew Miller and Cade Reese are both playing in on Chanez here.
Chanez reached first in the first inning off an error by the 3rd baseman as Reeser really came in to make sure he'll take care of the bunt, but now the count is 0-2. He'll be swinging for sure this time. And that swing will be fouled off.
I don't know if you guys could see it on the broadcast, but when Chanez showed bunt that last time, there was a massive gap on the right side of the infield with the second baseman Ben Kirkland basically coming over to play first base, and the shortstop in Isaac Sherrill still on the left side of the infield.
That one, I believe, is fouled off again. He'll see another.
Good job by Wiley Brown throwing some strikes in this at-bat. 4 straight strikes after 4 straight balls led off his appearance, and now he's got a chance to get Chanez out.
That one out and away. That's a ball. Make it 1-2.
Logan's getting checked out. Behind you to your left. I'm not going to show that.
The 1-2 pitch. That looked like a curveball, but it's still to the outside. Make it 2-2.
Great take from Chanez there. That pitch looked like it moved quite a bit to the outside. Does a good job laying off and just staying alive in this at-bat. Already 6 pitches from Wiley Brown. Pitch number 7 awaiting.
The 2-2. High fly ball out of play. like some kid who might get that foul ball will send it over the gate for bubblegum or perhaps a Freezy Pop.
Freezy Pop sounds good right now.
Here's the 2-2. That one is in there, and that's going to be a hit by pitch, and the bases are now loaded with nobody out.
Good job there from Chanas working the count, and if a pitcher throws enough pitches in a bat, eventually they're going to miss on their spot every once in a while, and he ends up missing on his spot. There ends up hitting the batter to load the bases with nobody out.
That one up high, make it 1-0. That one gets away. In comes Brisboy to score. It's 4-0 Red Raiders off a wild pitch.
Already 3 wild pitches here from this Haymakers pitching staff. A lot of wild ones for them so far this season, and it ends up coming back to bite them here as another run comes in to score for the Red Raiders. Now they have a 4-0 cushion.
That one just went through the legs of Ryan Golden. This ball's up high, and now it's 3-0.
On 3-0, Weiss is probably taking all the way, but if he decides to swing the infield playing in.
That one down there, it's a strike, and it's 3-1.
See both the shortstop and the second baseman playing on the very edges of the grass. If Weiss bloops one in, that could potentially bring home some runs.
That's ball 4. Connor Weiss is aboard now. And the bases are back loaded with nobody out.
I remember back in the opening game of the CBL playoffs, Aiden Erbaum, who was the pitcher for the Bombers versus the Crop Dusters, had the bases loaded, nobody out in multiple situations, and did not give up a single run. Brown hoping to channel some of that energy here with the bases loaded and nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Oh, he did. We got it.
Now Ty Beasley up to the plate. He flew out to left field back in the 2nd inning.
So cool. Good work, Taylor Lewis. Colton has a really good voice. I love Colton's voice. It's so soothing. Colton's voice, very soothing.
Okay, pitch is now up and away. It's 3-0.
Good start to this at bat for Ty Beasley. Gets ahead 3-0, and
that's another 4-pitch walk. This is going to bring in Sheaver. It's 5-0 Red Raiders.
there's going to be a little bit of a Mal meeting, and it's probably going to be needed to prevent this inning from getting out of control. Wiley Brown has either walked or hit the first 4 batters he's faced thus far. Needs to just settle down, throw the ball in the strike zone, and get some outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Now batting, the extra hitter.
Looks like that say something to him. Jaden Mache stepping in. The extra hitter popped out to the first baseman, just right around the foul line earlier in the 2nd inning. That one caught by 3rd. Throw to home is there. The first throw at first is over the glove. In comes Weiss to score. Beasley will come and score, and go into 3rd all the way is Mache. And that's a triple, and it scores 2 run, or error, excuse me. That sends him to 3rd. And it's 7-0.
An absolutely crushing mistake there from the catcher, Ryan Golden. A very heads-up play by Drew Miller to get the out at the plate. Golden tried to get aggressive, get the out at first base, but he ends up just overthrowing the first baseman, and Mache makes it all the way to 3rd base there.
Little grounder right side over to first is there. That's out number 2. But that does bring in Mache in to score. And it's now 8-0.
Kind of an interesting decision by Cade Reeser not to go to home there. I thought they probably could have got the runner at the plate. Looked like a throw would have been in time in that situation, but
Top of the order, the left fielder.
another run coming in for this Red Raiders team. They've scored 5, and now they have an 8-run cushion all the way in the bottom of the third.
Okay, this will go down in the scoreboard on that last play by Miche. Fielder's choice reached third on an error by the catcher because they did get the out at home. Nonetheless, they did score 2 runs and make it another run from Miche.
You don't see very many 3-base errors. A mixture of bad fielding and great base running there from Miche. Ends up just really putting the Red Raiders ahead here in the bottom of the third.
That one fouled off, make it 1-2.
Almost came back to the press box up here.
Some of us are dying for foul ball to get up here. 1-2. Out and away, and it's now 2-2.
It's worth noting that the run rule here in the Corn Belt League is a 10-run lead after 5 innings. If the Red Raiders were to take a 10-run lead in either the bottom half of this inning or the bottom half of the 4th and would hold that lead after the top of the 5th, the game would be over, and any 10-run lead after that would be the end of the ball game. Just something to note with the Red Raiders already jumping ahead to an 8-0 cushion.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch, up and away, that's ball 4.
Great at bat there from Blair Spees. He ends up drawing a walk. That's already the 4th walk that this Haymakers team has drawn off of Wiley Brown. The 5th walk they've drawn this inning, and the 6th time a Red Raiders batter has either reached on a walk or hit by pitch this inning. They've done a good job despite not recording any hits in the frame.
First pitch to Chris Calhoun is in there for a strike. He's been up to bat in all 3 innings. First inning flew out to left field. Second inning, he got walked. And here he is in the 3rd inning, up to bat, and a little bit in the hole in an 0-2.
Here on 0-2, Wiley Brown just needs to make one good pitch, get out of this inning. You can't afford to allow any more runs than you already have.
This one's popped up into right. Dane Small under it, and he puts the squeeze on it. And the inning is over, but the Red Raiders have put a big dent in the stone with 5 runs on 2 hits and 1 error as we send it to the 4th inning. Welcome back. A beautiful sky out here at JHC Ice Field. Well, that last inning, I said there were 1 hit, but actually there were 0 hits. So they got 5 runs on it, no hits, and an error. So crazy how this game of baseball can be played.
It's very rare to see an inning where you score 5 runs with no hits, but that's what a lot of walks, hit by pitches, and an error can do to you, and ends up being very costly for the Haymakers team. They're down 8-0 here in the 4th.
This pitch by Drew Miller is fouled off. It's 0-1.
Please accept my apology. I'm just not that.
Patrick Zeller getting the start for the Red Raiders. Just 39 pitches through 3 scoreless innings. He's been very effective for them so far, and is looking to continue that success here in the 4th.
Did pick up a strikeout early last inning. That ball is down low, and it's 1-1.
Good start to this at bat here for Drew Miller. He takes that one to make it 2-1, and now he's in position to potentially get on base to lead off this inning.
That one in there for a strike.
He's not getting absolutely like verbally abused like John Willis like right now. Like he's not overworked like John Willis is right now.
Zeller delivers. This one is a little bloop in the shallow left center where Calhoun puts the squeeze on it, and that's out number 1.
Patrick Zeller's been very effective today. He gets a leadoff man out for the 4th straight inning. Another thing that's really resulted in him being effective, he's faced 14 batters, thrown 11 first pitch strikes. Great job for him just getting ahead in the count, and it's been a big reason why he's only walked 1 hitter and he's gotten through 3 1/3 scoreless so far.
That one just in there for a strike.
Hayden Crawford popped out with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 1st inning. This is 2nd time up here for the Haymakers.
What are you gonna do, Connor? You think I'm scared of you? Ready, 1, go, 1.
Crawford DHing this game out of Midland University. This one is a high pop-up. Under it is Brisboy, and he makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Good job tracking that ball from Dylan Brisboy. He's able to come up with the catch. Not a very easy play for the catcher coming out of your crouch and just having to run all the way over for it, but does a good job concentrating on it, and he makes the catch.
Ryan Golden steps in. The catcher for the Haymakers popped out to second earlier in the inning. As this one is another pop into left field. Where under it is Blair Spees. He makes the catch, and the Haymakers go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 4th. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, remaining 8-0 Red Raiders. Welcome back. Kudos to all our cameramen for sitting out here in the scorching heat. That's Taylor Lewis right there. He's been doing a great job all year long. The rest of our crew.
It's been good to have people like Taylor taking those camera positions and just working hard in the sun so far here today.
PA announcer Connor. Kind of hard to see, but He's been doing the PA duties.
I don't think Connor realized he was on camera.
Yeah, he's too busy doing his PA job right now.
Wesleyan University, number 18, Braden Jackson.
Now it's Braden Jackson stepping in to start things off in the bottom of the 4th inning. As this ball is out
That was
foul.
so slow, dude. What? I kept saying go.
Jackson's 0 for 1 today. He's drawn a walk and popped out to the third baseman so far for this Red Raiders ball club. Now he's talking a little bit with,
I think he might put some more sticky on his bat.
looks like he's putting some rosin on there. You hear a lot about pine tar being put on the bat, obviously with George Brett and the pine tar
That
game.
happened like 40 years ago, a couple days ago, this week I think.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen someone put rosin on the bat before. Maybe it's a more common thing than I realize, but
As that one, I think that's another hit by pitch, and that will send Braden Jackson over to first.
Wiley Brown's been a little bit shaky from a control standpoint. 4 walks and now 2 hit by pitches. Needs to put the ball in the strike zone more, be more in control of his offerings as the heart of this Red Raiders order continues to come up.
Braden Jackson is at first. Don't be surprised if he takes off, as this ball is just foul. Dylan Brisboy was ready to and they're all looking for a review. They cannot believe it.
It's good to see all the Red
Oh my
Raiders
gosh.
players into the ball game.
They're just having some fun being up 8-0. Every Red Raider here wanted that to be fair.
Looked like it was very close to being fair as well.
They wanted a call from a booth, from the replay booth. That last pitch was in there, and it's 0-2 to Dylan Brisboy.
Dear Cole. Ready to go on? Dear Cole.
0-2 delivery. Hit high in the left. Under it is Mitchell Clay. Hard throwback. No advancement. And there's one away.
Bit of a tough play to track there for the left fielder, Mitchell Clay. It looked like he had to run quite a bit for it, but he ends up making the catch, getting a big first out here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
One, you can reset.
Austin Sheaver up to hit.
Ready, one, go. 1, 2, you can reset to the hitter, please.
He's DHing out of Bellevue University. Runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. A stolen base.
Great base running there from Braden Jackson. That is his 13th stolen base of the year. He ends up nabbing second. Now there's a runner in scoring position for Austin Sheaver, who has gone 0 for 1 with a grounding into fielder's choice and a walk. He's come around to score on that walk as well. Also stolen a base.
Next pitch is outside for a ball.
Dude, I love the shot that's hand drawn. Or no. We gotta wait for him to do something. There's like 5 students.
The 2-0.
It's like 5 students.
Down low. Make it 3-0 to Sheaver.
Good start to this at-bat for Sheaver. He's taken a lot of pitches. Done a good job just not chasing outside offerings from Wiley Brown. And now Brown, who's already walked 4 batters, is going to need to put the ball in the zone and try and get at least a few strikes here to Sheaver.
3-0. That went up high, and that's another 4-pitch walk.
Ready, 2, go 2.
So Sheaver will take the trot over the first. There's 2 guys on
The third baseman.
with only 1 out.
College, number 6.
The Red Raiders came into this game known for their presence on the base paths, but they've done an incredible job getting on the base paths so far here today. Versus Wiley Brown, they've drawn 5 walks and been hit by 2 pitches, and that was after they had already drawn 3 walks and a hit by pitch off of Logan Anderson.
This one's popped up, and over from left field is Mitchell Clay to
Ready, 2, go 2.
make the catch, and there's 2 away.
big out there for Wiley Brown. Now he's just 1 out away from getting out of this inning. With Connor Weiss up at the plate, who drew a walk his last time, could be looking to potentially get his bat on the ball and maybe hit it into the gap with 2 speedy base runners on in Jackson and Cheever.
I said, are you okay? One, sorry. All right, ready, 2. Can we touch out, zoom in a little bit, 2?
It'll be a ball in the dirt to open off this bat to Connor Weiss.
Connor Weiss got tagged out first inning, and he reached first on ball 4.
He slipped.
And looks like Wiley Brown kind of took a tumble on the mound as he was as he threw that pitch.
His hat fell off in the process. Kind of looked like Aiden Johnson, who was a pitcher for the Crop Dusters, always lost his hat after pretty much every pitch. And
Remember the time people started to count, hit it over under, on how much he'd lose his hat while throwing. 2-0 pitch. Oh, he loses the bat, and that is a strike.
like a Dr. Seuss rhyme. Wiley Brown loses a hat. Connor Weiss loses the bat.
Hey, dropping bars over here as the Red Raiders they'll use the same bat again.
Got to put more rosin on it, prevent it from slipping out again.
I know. Hey, we need to get a good like sunset shot here.
That one up high. It's 3-1.
Camera 2 on 2.
Jackson at second. And how about that shot? Beautiful, beautiful sunset skies here in Omaha. But that was a beautiful pitch. That's up high as Weiss will go to first base, and the bases are loaded with 2 away.
Back-to-back walks in his last 2 at-bats for Connor Weiss. Now loads the bases with 2 outs. Here for Ty Beasley, who also walked his last time off of Wiley Brown, has a chance to potentially bring some runs home with the bases loaded.
Beasley pops this one up in the infield. Under it is Reeser, and he makes the grab. And 3 men are left on for the Red Raiders, but it still remains an 8-0 lead as we head to the 5th inning. Back to a beautiful sky at J.J. Isaacson Field. It's been storms and hot weather all today. Crazy weather day, as I like to say it. But from here, it is a beautiful looking skies. And if you're a Red Raiders fan, you'd say this is a beautiful game, being up 8-0.
Yeah, Patrick Zeller has been absolutely flawless on the mound. Just 1 hit, no runs allowed, over 4 innings. They haven't needed him to be as good as he's been so far with the offense scoring 8 runs, but him being this successful so far definitely helps. It's Braden Schmeckpepper in some of his catcher's gear playing first base coach.
Taking a squat as he coaches from his first base position. Here's the 1-1. That ball out and away. Make it 2-1. Here in the top of the 5th, Colton, Alder, and Alex Tietjen on the call with you. That one in there for strike 2.
Good pitch there from Patrick Zeller. He stays in the count. Doesn't fall behind 3-1 there. He's only issued 1 walk so far. It was a 4-pitcher to Isaac Sherrill in the 3rd. But
and that one is crawled into right field in front of J.J. Schubert. And that's going to be the Haymakers' second hit of the game.
good piece of hitting there from Mitchell Clay. He just lines it over the second baseman's head, gets it to drop into right field. And now the Haymakers have a leadoff man on, and one with great speed in Mitchell Clay for the 8-hole hitter Dane Small.
Small, they said he went. It's 0-1.
Another first pitch strike for Patrick Zeller. He's done a good job getting ahead in the count, not falling behind to these hitters, and it's been a big reason why he's been able to cruise through the first 4 innings.
That one out and away. It's a 1-1 count for Dane Small, who grounded out in the first inning. Excuse me, the second inning. That one swung on and missed. That's strike 2.
Just 1 strikeout so far for Patrick Zeller. He hasn't needed to record a bunch of strikeouts to get some very successful innings, however.
Swung on and missed. This is strikeout. Zeller picks up his second strikeout of the game, and it's out number 1.
Does a good job just blowing a fastball right by Dane Small there. Gets a swing and a miss to get that first out of the inning, and now it's just 2 outs away from getting out of this top of the 5th with 5 scoreless innings.
First pitch is fouled off from Blake Peabody, the extra hitter.
Peabody popped out to the second baseman as part of a scoreless top of the 2nd for Patrick Zeller.
Runner goes. Throw down to second is out and away, a little in the shallow center field, but no advancement for Mitchell Clay. Nonetheless, it's a stolen base.
Looked like the throw was in time, but Braden Jackson had some trouble with the catch there, and ball ended up just popping out on the tag. Clay gets a stolen base here of second. He's got 9 stolen bases this year with that one, and just adds to his total.
That one swung on and missed. That's strike 2 for Blake Peabody. Next pitch is up high. That evens the count up.
Zeller once again in a 2-strike count. He's looking to get a massive out here with 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Peabody calls time. Let's take a little breather before this next pitch from Zeller. The 2-2 is up and away, and we have a full count.
Very few 3-ball counts have been handed to Patrick Zeller so far. This is one of the few he's experienced so far today. Looking to get a massive out here.
That one ricochets off the dirt, and Blake Peabody is walked.
Another 2-on, 1 out for Cade Reeser, a 10-hole hitter in this lineup. After him, it'll turn back to the top half of the order with Isaac Sherrill, Ben Kirkland, and David Swanson right after him.
Cade Reeser, the first baseman, struck out into third. He steps in with Mitchell Clay and Blake Peabody aboard. Here's the 1-0. Fouled away. Make it 1-1.
Good job by Zeller getting back in that count after the first pitch ball. Looking to settle in after that single and walk to open off this inning and just keep this game scoreless and give the Red Raiders a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the fifth.
That one way out of the way for a wild pitch and off and advancing 90 feet to go Clay and Peabody.
Rough turn of events there for the Red Raiders. Potential double play situation was in order, but that not only takes it out, but it puts both runners in scoring position. And at this point, anything in the outfield would potentially bring home a run for the Haymakers team.
Two runners in scoring position. The delivery is in there for ball 3.
Good take there from Reeser. He gets ahead 3-1 in the count. If he gets on, the bases would be loaded with 1 out for the top half of the Haymakers order.
Way up high, and that's ball 4. And the bases are loaded with only 1 out.
Now, with the bases loaded, the top of the order comes back up. Isaac Sherrill, Ben Kirkland, and David Swanson now do up a little bit of a meeting here between Dylan Brisboy and Patrick Zeller. Potential double play would be in order. However, you have to question if that would be feasible with Isaac Sherrill having some good speed. And now everyone's going to come out to talk about it.
They'll be talking about this. He was flawless through the first 4 innings. He's only giving up 1 hit, but now he's given up a hit. He did get a strikeout, but he has walked the last 2 batters.
Those walks have been really rough for this Red Raiders team. He was just 2 outs away from getting out of it, but now with the bases loaded and 1 out, it's very likely he's going to at least give up a run here. And if he's able to get out of the inning without allowing any runs and the Red Raiders walk it off in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be huge for them because they don't have to use any of their bullpen arms for the next game, which will be versus the Bombers.
This one's hit high and deep into right center, and this one is down in the alley. In to score is Mitchell Clay, and holding at third is Blake Peabody. And the Haymakers are on the board with a single by Isaac Sherrill. It's 8-1.
Some good hitting there from Sherrill. He brings in the first run of the game. I'm surprised they didn't try to send Mitchell Clay, or excuse me, Blake Peabody with his speed, but maybe not trying to force anything with them already being down 7. Just let the runs come by, take what the defense gives you, and
it's good that the Haymakers are on the board. No shutout here today. So that pitch from Ben Kirkland is swung and foul.
still appears to be no motion in the Red Raiders bullpen.
Base is still loaded with only 1 out. Here's the 1-1. That one's down and in for a strike.
Good start to this at bat for Patrick Zeller. He's kind of resetting himself after very rough inning so far. If he can get out of this inning just giving up 1 run, it would be huge for this Red Raiders team.
That one down low for a ball, and that knocks the count up. Swung on and missed. That's a strikeout. Second strikeout of the inning from Patrick Zeller, and there's 2 away.
Big out for Zeller there. The fact that it wasn't a ball in play is huge because it prevents a potential run scoring on a ground ball. could have got a play at the plate, but it would have been difficult with Peabody's speed. So getting that strikeout is huge for him.
This ball's a wild pitch. It gets away. Throw to home is not in time. Peabody scores from third off a wild pitch, and it's 8-2.
A very close play at the plate. I initially thought Zeller might have got him.
Got him. The catcher, Grisboy, thought for sure he got him, but it was just a tad too late.
Good job avoiding the tag there from Peabody, and he ends up scoring the second run of the inning, getting the Haymakers some more runs with a chance to prevent getting mercy ruled potentially.
That ball's ball is out and away. It's a 2-0 count, excuse me. Make it 3-0 with that pitch.
3-0, Swanson's going to be taking all the way here.
And that's a 4-pitch walk. We'll see them loaded again. Bases loaded again with 2 away.
Drew Miller steps up to the plate. He's flown out to the center fielder in both of his at-bats. It looks like we're going to get another mound meeting here between Dylan Brisboy and Patrick Zeller. Maybe talking about their strategy to the upcoming hitter in Drew Miller.
They'll do a chitty chat. The Haymakers were able to get into 2 runs on this inning.
Zeller's already thrown 28 pitches in this inning. He's hoping to throw as little as possible to get this next guy out.
That one far and away. It's 1-0. That's 5 straight balls thrown by Patrick Zeller. That one out and away, and coming in as Reeser. Throw is not in time, and it's 8-3. Another run scores off the wild pitch. Coming from third was Reeser, and it's 8-3.
Now a pair of runs scoring on wild pitches. Very crushing for this Red Raiders team. Ends up cutting this lead to 5, and now they're just a hit away from making this lead look manageable.
That one fouled. Out and away. I believe that's Josh Ostin warming up in the Red Raiders bullpen. That one will curve, and it doesn't get the call. 3-1.
Now in a 3-1 count, everything in Drew Miller's favor. Already 3 walks this inning for Patrick Zeller. He's looking to just control his pitches better. And
that's another walk. Drew Miller's now walked, and that's four players have been walked in this inning. Bases are back loaded up with 2 away here as now Hayden Crawford steps into the dish. He's 0 for 2 in this game.
Ryan Golden, who is on deck, is the tying run.
That one hit well down the line, and it's just foul.
Crawford really got a hold of that one. It ends up just hooking foul, and that would have brought in at least 2 runs, maybe even 3. Would have been an absolutely crushing blow for the Red Raiders, but in the end it ends up just going foul.
They were just fair, and it could have been a huge game chaser as all runners would have took off. Here's the 0-1. That one skyrocketed in the center. Under it is Calhoun, where he makes the catch. And the Red Raiders get out of a little jam as the Haymakers have not given up as they put on 3 runs off 2 hits. As it's 8-3 Red Raiders into the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back, as we have some dog sightings here at Seymour Smith Park.
It's nice to see the dogs out here today.
Always great to have our furry friends out here.
There will be a lot of dogs out at the Royal Blue Dogs game versus the Filth Ballers tomorrow, presumably. A lot of dogs tend to show up for the Blue Dogs.
We have a new pitcher on the mound. This is Cade Ritchie.
Ritchie has pitched 20 1/3 innings this year, 2.75 ERA. He's walked 13 batters, struck out 9, a 1.52 whip, 220 opposing batting average. He's looking to have some success versus this Red Raiders lineup, who have jumped out to a 5-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th.
Jaden Mache checks in behind the dish.
Ready to go 2.
First pitch down low for a ball.
Mache lined out to the third baseman his first time, hit into a fielder's choice at the plate. Ryan Golden tried to make the throw to first, ended up overthrowing the first baseman and resulted in a 3-base error. Mache looking to get his first hit of the game here, though.
That pitch did a little ricochet off his helmet there. Here's the 2-0 from Ritchie. On the ground, off the side of the bump, over to throw from second is there in time, and that's out number 1.
Mache just hits that ball up the middle. Good play over there at second base from Ben Kirkland for the out, and now there's one gone here in the bottom of the 5th.
J.J. Schubert up to the dish.
Been hit by a pitch and grounded out. But he has brought in a run on that ground out. Was the 8th run of the game, 5th run of that bottom of the 3rd inning, and looking to potentially start another rally here in this bottom of the 5th.
First pitch swinging. Did not find it. That's strike 1. That pitch is up high. It's 1-1.
That one's blown away for ball 2 here to J.J. Schubert.
Here's a 2-1. Hard swing there. Did not find it. That's strike 2.
Big swing there for Schubert. He was looking to hit one into the outfield for sure there. Potentially looking to get extra bases here. Put a runner in scoring position with 1 out for the top half of this Red Raiders order.
That one out and away, and the count's full.
Get a close-up on the guy on deck. 3-2. 3-2, go 2.
Okay, Richie looking for a promising start here.
Blair Spees, the man on deck.
As this ball over to second, throw it over to first is there easily, and there's 2 away.
Pair of ground balls to the second baseman here. Now that brings up the top of the order with 2 outs. Blair Spees up at the plate. He doubled his first time up, and perhaps the Haymakers have been pitching him more carefully ever since. He's walked his last 2 times. Hasn't come around to score in either of them. Looking to change that potentially here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Strike 1 there, swinging. Here's the 0-1 from Richie. That one is fouled back. It's 0-2 now.
Hit it back in the area of the press box. Now Richie just 1 strike away from getting out of this bottom of the 5th inning and keeping the Haymakers alive with a chance to potentially score some runs in these last 2 innings.
Here's the 0-2, and that one's out and away. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Another one fouled back.
Speed's doing a good job staying alive. Already 4 pitches in this at bat, and now you'll see pitch number 5 from Cade Ritchie. Potentially looking to get on and force him to throw some more pitches.
The 1-2, grounded over the first. He'll put the tap on the first base, and that is a 1-2-3 ending for the Haymakers as it remains an 8-3 ball game as we head to the 6th inning. top half of inning number 6. The Haymakers did respond to an inning in the top of the 5th as they put up 3 runs, so they're not giving up. And we have a new pitcher on the mound as well with Josh Austin.
Josh Austin, 7 games, 6 starts this year, 35 innings pitched, a 2.59 ERA, 1.51 WHIP. At .257 opposing batting average, he struck out 25 batters and walked 18. He's looking to finish off this game, get a potential 6-out save versus Haymakers team, and lead the Red Raiders to a victory and help them move on in the CBL playoffs.
Ryan Golden up to hit. He's all for 2. First pitch was a ball. Next pitch is a strike. It's 1-1.
Good pitch there from Austin to get back in this count. Looking to potentially get a 1-2-3 inning here and keep the Red Raiders going. Put their offense back out there with a chance to do some damage versus Cade Ritchie.
This is 2-1. That one's hit well into right center. This ball is down, and it gets past. And off, he recovers it, and off to second goes Ryan Golden. And that's a double to start things off for the Haymakers here in the top of the 6th.
Some great hitting there from Golden. He just knocks that ball the other way. Speeds can catch up to it. And now a leadoff double as Braden Schmeckpepper will pinch run for him. Never mind, Golden's still going to remain out there, it looks like.
Nope.
Now, Mitchell Clay will be back up at the dish for these Haymakers. He's 1 for 2 today. He singled his last time up after a ground out in his first at bat.
That one way up high. That one's up and away from ball 1.
All those binoculars, and yeah, you still can't see.
He is the catcher, so I was anticipating a courtesy runner. Yeah, that guy's coaching first base. Yeah, I didn't know that, Ryan.
One from Ost, and that one takes a look at second.
You guys, let's just calm it down.
Good job getting back on Golden's part. Austin with a pretty solid move and was trying to get a quick out at second, but good job by Golden not falling for that.
That one partially swung, and that gets knocked back for a foul ball.
Ready to go 2?
The Haymakers here with 6 outs remaining. They need to score 5 runs in these next 2 innings to stay alive. Getting a runner on second with nobody out is a good start, though, for them.
That one's in there for strike 2.
I don't think it went that. Yeah.
Now that pitch is upstairs.
Ready to go 2?
Counts to 2.
Good take there from Clay on a pitch up high, and now Austin's really going to have to throw a good one here.
That one off to mark, and we have a full count.
On 3-2, you need to fill up the strike zone and just get Mitchell Clay out.
Got him swinging there.
Great pitch there from Austin. A high fastball just blows it right by Mitchell Clay. That gets a big first out of this inning. Haymakers now just 5 outs remaining, needing to score 5 runs to keep their season alive.
Austin picks up his first strikeout. He really expressed right by them what that strikeout is. This pitch is over and away. That's ball 1 for Dayton Small.
Good take on the first pitch there from Small. Gets ahead 1-0 in the count. And that puts him in a much better position the rest of the way.
This ball gets away, and off to third goes Ryan Golden.
Wild pitches have been very costly for both of these teams. For the Red Raiders, there have been 3 wild pitches on their part. 2 of them ended up resulting in runs being scored in that top of the 5th. Now that one brings the runner over to third, and now a real RBI opportunity here for Dane Small. Even a ground ball would probably bring the runner home.
There's 2-0. Up and away. And we have 3 balls and no strikes.
3-0, Small taking all the way. Ostin has to throw one in the strike zone. Avoid issuing a 4-pitch walk.
Takes that one. It's called strike. With a run 90 feet away, Colton represents it. 3-1 is outside. That's ball 4, and the runners are at the corners with 1 out here at the top of the 6th.
Good at bat there from Dane Small. He ends up drawing a 5-pitch walk. Now that puts runners on the corners with 1 out for Blake Peabody. We'll have a brief mound meeting here between Ostin and Dylan Brisboy. Ostin needs to get more set. This does put the double play in order with Blake Peabody up at the plate. Peabody, a very fast baseball player, but I mean,
Peabody 0 for 1 with a 0 for 1 with a walk.
Scored a run his last time up after getting a walk versus Patrick Zeller. Scored on one of those 2 wild pitches. Now potentially looking to bring in a run of his own.
Runner goes, the pitch is a strike, and easily trotting the second goes Dane Small.
Looked like the Red Raiders were pretty indifferent to the fact that he took second base there. Probably didn't want to risk an error or the runner coming home on a throw to second base.
That pitch is inside. That's strike 2.
Great start to this at-bat for Josh Ostin, getting ahead 0-2. Just 1 strike away from getting out of this at-bat, getting a massive second out.
Won't get in there with that pitch wide off the mark. Counts 1-2.
Cade Reeser on deck. He struck out and walked today. Peabody has popped out and walked. So looking to get on once again.
And this one is swung on and fouled off. Here's the pitch, and that one being up high, it's 2-2.
Need to put the ball in the zone, even ahead in the count. You can't afford to waste pitches, especially in a playoff setting where you're arguably the team's best pitcher.
This one's grounded over the first. Weiss puts his foot on the bag. That brings in a run, and it's now an 8-4 ball game as Golden heads home. Small advances to third.
First baseman from Dawson Community College, number 24.
4-run ball game.
Brings in a run, but for the Haymakers, you'd prefer if it didn't come at the cost of a run. And
First pitch they were swinging.
with just 4 outs to go, 4 runs to come in, potentially would have been much more beneficial if he drew a walk in that situation.
Next one is in there. We have a pitch counts now 0-2.
Ostin just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning now. Needs to throw a good pitch and just get out of there with a 4-run advantage. Can't afford to allow any more runs to come across. Haymakers team has been very resilient. Many teams would have just lied down and taken a loss after falling behind 8-0, but they've continued to hang in there, and they've cut this lead in half now.
Especially with their season on the line. Winner advances to the semifinals against the Bombers. The loser will have their season come to a close. 2-2. Swung on through the middle and through into center field for a knock. And that's an RBI by Cade Reeser. And it's now an 8-5 ball game.
That cuts the lead down to 3 now, and just some good hitting there from Cade Reeser. He knocks the ball up the middle, and now that makes this lead even more manageable for this Haymakers team. They've still got 4 outs to work with, but now the lead down run less.
Cheryl pops it up. And over from second is Jackson to make the catch, but the Haymakers are still not going away. They tack on 2 more in the top of the 6th inning. It's 8-5 Red Raiders as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back. Welcome back. It's been a hot day all day as the sun has set.
Beautiful night under the lights here at J.J. Isaacson Field. Been very exciting to call this baseball game. The Red Raiders took an 8-0 lead, but the Haymakers have really fought back. They went from being down 8-0 heading into the top of the 5th, cut the lead down to just 3 with a chance to potentially tie the game in the top of the 7th inning.
That one hit well down the left field line in the corner, and this ball is down, and it's off the wall near the pole, and off the second goes Calhoun with a leadoff double.
Looked like it might have left the park off the bat, but ends up staying in. Chris Calhoun, however, does get a leadoff double. Runner in scoring position with nobody out here for this Red Raiders team. They've got a chance to potentially add some insurance runs, give Josh Ostin some more support and solidify this lead.
Stepping in is Braden Jackson, the second baseman. He's made a couple plays here and there.
Jackson 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Popped out in his one official at bat. He falls behind 0-1 here.
Jackson shows bunt. That one's up away for a ball.
Like how fast do you think are you drinking this water?
The 1-1 swung on and fouled back.
Ready to beat. Ready 2-2.
Now on a 1-2 count. Need to make a good pitch if you're Cade Ritchie. Just. And there also looks like some motion in the Red Raiders bullpen. It's number 24, Tyler Spreitzer.
Grounded ball over to second, throw over to first. Is there for out number 1 as Calhoun will go and advance 90 feet.
Productive out there from Braden Jackson. Any insurance run does wonders for Josh Ostin and Tyler Spreitzer potentially, and moving the runner over to third base is huge with Dylan Brisboy and Nick Chanaz up at the dish now for the Red Raiders due up this inning.
What's bullpen shot?
First pitch to Dylan Brisboy is out and away for ball number 1.
Good take to open off the at-bat by Brisboy. Now in control of the count.
This one's hit high and deep into right. He looks up, and that one is gone. A home run for Dylan Brisboy. It's 10-5 Red Raiders as he'll strut the bases.
Dylan Brisboy has already hit 2 home runs this season. That's his 3rd of the year. Ends up leaving the park and gives this Red Raiders pitching staff those extra insurance runs to potentially win this game. Now with a 5-run lead, feels a lot more secure than a 3-run advantage, and massive home run there from Dylan Brisboy.
Huge hit there. Dane Small over and right. He just turned it, and we saw his numbers. That's always not a good sign. He looked up, and Brisboy just made the trot around, and that pitch is behind Austin Sheaver.
Does not appear to be intentional.
That one in there for a strike.
Blake Peabody is warming up in the Haymakers bullpen right now. Could come in if Richie continues to struggle this inning.
Ground ball up the mound and through into center field for a knock. Back-to-back hits as Sheaver gets a single.
Some good hitting there from Sheaver. He hits it hard up the middle. Gets the ball right back where it came, and now there's a runner on first with just 1 out here for the heart of this Red Raiders lineup.
Stepping in is Nick Chanez. He's 0 for 1. Got hit by a pitch, and he reached first on an error. Throwback to first is not there.
Run rule in the Corn Belt League is 10 runs after 5 innings. Unlikely that the Red Raiders are going to get there at this point, but something to note potentially if they get some more runs on the scoreboard.
Swung on and missed. That's strike 2.
Great pitch there from Cade Ritchie. Gets a swing and a miss for the 2nd strike, and now he's in control of the at-bat. Can basically throw anything here on a 1-2 count.
That one too close for comfort. And the count's knotted up.
Sheaver has already stolen a base here today, so he is a threat to potentially take off.
That one into the outfield for a base hit. Small will field it. Sheaver will advance to second, and that's back-to-back singles. So 2 guys aboard with only 1 away.
Good piece of hitting there from Chanez. He just hits a little flare shot into right field. It drops over the head of the second baseman and puts 2 on with just 1 out here for Connor Weiss.
That pitch up and away.
I had one during the Wichita trip last year, actually. 1-on-1. It kind of sucked though because we were on
There's 1-0. That one's upstairs.
Now 2-0. Big advantage here for Connor Weiss. He's got a chance to potentially draw a walk, and you load the bases. Some more runs are going to come in and provide even more insurance for your pitching staff.
Richie looks back at second. Throw, pitch. Outside, it's 3 balls, no strikes.
3-on-3.
too close for comfort, and that's a 4-pitch walk.
Ready, 2-1-2.
Good at bat there from Connor Weiss. Just takes all 4 pitches that he sees.
That's what Taylor's
Good job of hitting there for him, and now they are going to have a mound meeting, and this could be the end of the day for Cade Ritchie. We mentioned Blake Peabody warming up in the Haymakers bullpen.
The district final.
And
So he hit his first home run in the district final, and then he hit his second home run in the state final. It's so
it looks like it's just going to be a regular mound meeting. No pitching change yet. And Cade Ritchie will indeed stay in this ball game. Bases loaded with just 1 out here for Ty Beasley stepping up at the plate for the Red Raiders. Beasley 0 for 2, a fly out, a pop out, and a walk on his part. Looking to maybe bring in some more insurance runs here in this bottom of the 6th inning.
I did get you credit. Yeah, you're welcome. I got credited too. It's fun.
Stepping in as Ty Beasley.
Wait, really? For what? Oh, shoot. Going one-on-one.
This one's hit well and down in front of Clay for a base hit, and that's gonna bring in Sheaver.
Ready, 2-1-2.
Another run scores. It's 11-5 off the bat of Beasley.
He really got a hold of that one, hit it very well in a left field. It drops in front of the left fielder, Mitchell Clay, and now 3 runs scoring in the inning, and it would appear that this is indeed the end of Cade Ritchie's day. 1 1/3 innings of relief.
Ever since Brisbois hit the home run, it's just the line kept moving. A base hit by Sheaver, a base hit by Chanez, a walk by Weiss, and another RBI by
All right, ready, 3-0-3.
by Ty Beasley. The line just simply kept moving as we will step aside as the new pitcher warms up. Welcome back to the J.J. Isaacson Field, and we have a new pitcher on the mound. This is Blake Peabody.
Blake Peabody, who started this game as the extra hitter for the Haymakers. He's pitched 8 1/3 innings this year, a 2.56 ERA, 1.46 WHIP, a 250 opposing batting average. He's struck out 6 hitters, walked 4 of them. He's looking to, at the very least, get out of this inning. With the bases loaded, just 1 out. Red Raiders up by 6. Jalen Mache is up at the dish now for the Red Raiders. Already driven in 2 runs today. Came around and scored another run. Looking to maybe bring in some more runs here with the bases loaded.
Peabody delivers. A curveball there. That's in for a strike.
Great first pitch breaking ball. Just clips the strike zone, and now that gets him ahead in the count. 0-1, a good first pitch strike there for Blake Peabody.
That one's in there for strike 2.
Now with an 0-2 advantage, Peabody might go fastball as he's thrown 2 breaking balls to start off the at-bat.
Shut at him for not following me back, man.
That one blazes the corner. It's 0-2. 1-2, excuse me.
He makes all of these. Yeah. So good.
1-2 down to the dirt.
You're gonna figure the Orioles work. Okay, so the Orioles work. That's all his stuff.
He looked worn out from that heat yesterday.
Now in a 2-2 count, Blake Peabody needs to throw something in the strike zone.
He said he had
Try to get Mache to beat him rather than just let him just take a bunch of pitches.
He got him looking right there for the K.
Great pitch there from Peabody. He gets a strikeout. First batter he faces, and now there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning for J.J. Schubert.
These ones are cool. Ready, 1-on-1? Is that your cousin?
J.J.
No,
Schubert
it's a
steps
strictly
in.
Friend that goes to
He's
Syracuse.
0 for 2 with a hit by a pitch, and he brought in a run back in the third. Third inning for the Red Raiders
Put me in.
kind of
Put me in.
was a turning point with 5 runs, and
Wait. Move your camera, please. Ready, 1-on-1?
The Haymakers did a good job fighting back after an early 8-0 deficit, but now the Red Raiders really pulling ahead once again here in the bottom of the 6th. Looking to maybe bring in some more runs here with the bases loaded still and 2 outs.
here's 1-1. That one will down 2 down load.
Yes, I fell asleep a little bit, alright? Don't worry about it.
Peabody kicks
Me,
in
I'm directing.
that one in there.
Tell Sam the dog behind you.
Strike 2.
Now just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning on the part of Blake Peabody.
Sam, there's a dog behind you. Sam, there's a dog behind you. Sam, there's a dog behind you.
Potentially leave this inning with just a 6-run deficit, and
2-2. That one a little too low there, and we have a full count.
Okay, it's a full count, but after this at bat, we're getting a dog.
Does he have it?
Wait, hold on.
full count, bases loaded, 2 outs.
Oh, there we go.
That's the situation.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Not in there, and that is ball 4, and the score is Chanez, and it's 12-5.
12 runs here as there's a dog just walking along the first baseline, excuse me.
There we go.
One, you can reset.
There we go.
Maybe a little bit scared of the Haymakers player there.
Alright, 1-on-1.
Looked like Cade Ritchie, who just got taken out of the game not that long ago.
That one, couldn't see that pitch, but that was down low for a ball.
Good take to open off the at-bat from Spees. Gets off 1-0 ahead in the count.
That one plunks him, and everybody moves over, and it scores Weiss. It's 13-5.
5 runs having been scored in this inning, the second 5-run inning for the Red Raiders here today. The winning run on second base would be J.J. Schubert, who's got some pretty solid speed. Calhoun
Knocked left
must have a
side,
foul.
and that will be foul.
It's been a massive inning for the Red Raiders. That home run by Dylan Brisboy really set the tone, extended that lead from 3 runs to 5, put the Red Raiders in double digits, and they just haven't slowed down ever since. They've struggled a little bit early versus Blake Peabody, but they've really come around against him here and put some runs against him.
10 after 5, yes. So 2 more runs would end the game, yes.
2 more runs would end this ball game. One for Peabody. Hard swing there.
Ready, 2 on 2?
It's not hit. It's 1-2.
Red Raiders have already batted around this inning. Calhoun started off the frame with a double. He's the 11th man to come up to the plate for the Red Raiders so far.
Well, it's his job, so he knows what he's doing.
Looking to potentially bring in some runs or keep this inning going.
That one's hit well into left center. And making the catch is David Swanson, and we head to the 7th
Ready,
inning.
2 on 2?
The Red Raiders respond with 5 runs on 5 hits, and the home run as well from Bursboy as we head to the 7th inning. Welcome back, and to this 13-5 ball game. Red Raiders need 3 more outs to advance to the semifinals to take on the Bombers. Haymakers pretty much need a miracle of all miracles to pull this one out.
Yeah, this game looks about over right now, but at this point, anything can happen. But Josh Oson's just got to get 3 more outs, and then the Red Raiders will clinch their spot in the next round.
Ready, 2 on
That one's
2?
in there for a strike.
Ready, 1 on 1?
It'll be Ben Kirkland, David Swanson, and Drew Miller due up for the Haymakers in the top half of the 7th. Try and keep their season alive, but it's going to take more than them to do so. Going to need contributions from this entire order. Keep the Haymakers in this ballgame.
This one's fouled off. Counts not enough. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The pitch from Oston. Up high, we'll see another.
Good take there to load the count. Now all the pressure's on Oston to put one in the strike zone.
And up high, and a leadoff walk to start things off.
Ready, 2,
Good at bat there from Kirkland. He ends up drawing that leadoff walk, and now the Haymakers have a runner to work with top of the 7th, but just 3 outs to score 8 runs to stay alive.
Ready, 1 on 1?
You're going to need a lot from everyone in the lineup.
Now David Swanson. Swung on, a hit to third. Only throw to first, and that's no, it's not in time.
Ready, 2 on 2?
Or did they get him?
Yes, they got him.
Did. Yes, they did. They get it over the first, but that's all they get.
Very smart play by the third baseman. in Nick Chan has got a lot of runs to work with, so just a smart play to take the out you can give, and now there's just 2 more for Josh Ostin to record here in this ball game.
I literally go to college in New York, and I'm pretty sure I can get sturdy. 32 on 2.
First pitch away for
I wasn't even
ball
dancing.
1.
He looks at me, he goes, oh, you're actually getting sturdy. Ready 1-on-1.
That one outside. We got a strike.
You haven't seen.
Good pitch there from Ostin to get strike 1.
Drew Miller looking for something.
I did not. I'm from the slums of.
As he's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Ready 2 on 2. The slums of Bennington, Nebraska suburbs.
2-1 here from Ostin.
Actually, my house is on $200,000.
Counts 3-1.
No, it genuinely is. Because I live in like the very poor suburbs of Bennington, which is like just middle class basically.
Miller spins around and knocks this one foul, and he'll see another.
Ostin's got to throw the ball in the strike zone. If you give up a run or 2, it's not that big of a deal. With an 8-run cushion, you can afford to give up a hit here and there, just as long as you get outs before the opposing team ties the game. Should be good.
Hard hit and down into right field for a base hit. As now we have runners on the corners with 1 away.
Good hit there from Drew Miller. He just punches it to the right side. Hits it over the defense, and it drops into right field. Good job going the other way on it. That puts runners on the corners here with 1 out for Hayden Crawford.
Two, you can reset. You don't know how to get sturdy? See, look at that. It's just engraved into my brain at this point. Ready 2 on 2.
This ball's outside. It's 1-0.
Hayden Crawford 0 for 3 on the day. He's popped out in his first 2 at-bats and flew out to the center fielder his last time up.
High pop up that goes foul.
Runner was going on the pitch, but
Yeah.
we'll have to go back to first after the pop-up. Don't envision the Red Raiders being all that annoyed if the runner moves up to second.
Ready 2 on 2.
Double play probably not in order with this big of a lead anyway. Might be fine with a stolen base.
Ready 3 on 3. Ready 1-on-1.
Here's 1-1. Ground ball. Right side, a throw over to first. Ostin takes care of it.
Ready 2 on 2.
And that's out number 2, but they will bring in Kirkland to score. It's 13-6.
For the Red Raiders, that's a trade-off that I think they'd be very happy to make. Haymakers do score a run, but ends up getting that big second out, and now there are 2 gone, just 1 out away from clinching their spot in the CBL semifinals versus the Bombers.
We apologize for that little transaction with the cameras. Nonetheless, it's ball's fouled away.
Ostin just 2 strikes away from getting out of this ball game and giving the Red Raiders a win. So looking to just settle in, get this last out, and
Still got a runner on second.
Ready 1-on-1.
So one pitches outside.
Pause. To the right.
Counts one left for Oaston.
Haymakers need 7 runs with just 1 out to work with. Oaston should be throwing the ball in the strike zone here. Try to get some contact. If you give up a hit or 2, that's fine, but just get that 3rd out any way you possibly can. And
Rest up for tomorrow.
yeah,
This is 2-1. High fly ball into center field. Calhoun under it, gives it a look, and makes the catch. And that'll do it here tonight. The Red Raiders dominate from the first inning on with a 13-6 victory, ending the Haymakers season as they move on with a date with the Bombers tomorrow. Saturday at 4 p.m. They'll be playing the Bombers. That winner will go on to the championship game. As it's been a nice game for the Red Raiders with a 13 runs scored, including the home run. As we'll send it to break. Coming up next will be the player of the game. We'll see
All
that.
right, fans, that's it so far.
welcome back to J.J. Isaacson Field as the Red Raiders take care of business, winning 13-6. Here we are with the player of the game, Dylan Brisboy. Dylan, congratulations on the huge win today with 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and of course the 2-run shot in the 6th inning that pretty much sealed the deal. What was working you for out there during the great game for you?
Yeah, so I just felt like I had a really good pregame BP, and the team was really vibing in the cages before the game, and that really helped to get things off in a good start. As you can see, we scored 3 in the first, and that really helped the game get rolling early.
So what would you think, now winning to here today pretty handily over the Haymakers, what would be the keys to the game going forth tomorrow against the Bombers, obviously, and possibly in the championship if you win that?
Yeah, so, this game, we talked a lot in our group chat about, Anderson and who we were going to face, and pulling up past streams and looking at the pitchers that we were going to see. So going forward, looking at the Bombers, looking at the pitchers we're going to see, and just, being prepared for a fight. I mean, I think at the beginning of the season, nobody really expected the Red Raiders to be here and this team that we have. So it's just, being prepared and giving it everything we got.
And finally, with a huge win and getting the postseason dub, how will you guys celebrate tonight?
Probably just go out to eat, have a bite to eat and get ready for tomorrow, rest up.
Yep, that's a classic. Dylan Brisboy, the player of the game with a huge game. Dylan, congratulations,
Hey, thank you.
man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yep, no problem. As we close off the quarterfinal rounds here today, the Red Raiders, once again, 13-6, the final. We'll be back tomorrow for a semifinal Saturday between the Bombers and the Red Raiders and the Royal Blue Dogs and the Filth Ballers. All those tomorrow. We'll see you then. Alongside Colton, Alder, Alex Tietjen, our player of the game, Dylan Brisboy. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.